The term Yeti has roots in Tibetan and Sherpa languages. It translates to rocky bear, or wild animal of the rocky places. This reflects the Yeti's association with high altitude, remote wilderness areas. The name evokes the creature's purported habitat in the rugged Himalayan mountains. In Himalayan folklore, the Yeti is not a singular entity, but a classification. It refers to various types of wild, bipedal, ape-like creatures. Stories and descriptions of the Yeti varied across different regions. Each region had its own unique interpretation and characteristics of these beings. Zute were described as large creatures inhabiting high mountain passes. They were often compared to bears in terms of size and appearance. These creatures were sometimes blamed for carrying off yaks. The alleged yak-snatching behavior contributed to their fearsome reputation. Meitei, also known as man-bear, is a figure in local folklore. They are depicted as smaller and more humanoid than other mythical creatures. The image of Meitei is closely related to the classic depiction of the Yeti. Local tales often feature Meitei as a significant character. The Yeti is a figure rooted in spiritual and ecological borderlands. It appears in the folklore of Bun and Buddhist traditions. In these tales, the Yeti often serves as a guardian. Its role is to protect the wilderness and its natural order. The Yeti embodies the untamed aspects of the environment. It represents a connection between the spiritual and natural realms. In 1832, Western awareness of the Yeti began through British naturalist Brian Hodgson. Hodgson documented accounts from Nepalese hunters. These accounts described encounters with a wild man in the Himalayas. This marked one of the earliest documented instances of Western awareness of the Yeti legend. In 1921, Colonel Charles Howard Berry led an expedition to Everest Base Camp. During the expedition, large footprints were discovered in the snow. Sherpa guides identified the footprints as belonging to Meto Kangmi. Meto Kangmi was a local term for a mythical creature. The term Meto Kangmi was later mistranslated. The mistranslation resulted in the popular term Abominable Snowman. In 1951, Eric Shipton photographed a large footprint on the Menlung Glacier. The photograph captured global attention due to the footprint's size. The image was widely considered as compelling evidence of an unknown creature. The footprint sparked significant interest and speculation worldwide. Monasteries, such as Pongbosh, served as repositories for purported Yeti remains. These remains included items like Yeti scalps and hand bones. Such objects were considered sacred within the monastic context. These items were sometimes presented to Westerners. The presentation aimed to provide evidence supporting the Yeti's existence. This practice reflects a cultural intersection between local beliefs and external interest. The Yeti, a purported ape-like creature of the Himalayas, captured widespread public imagination. This fascination transformed the Yeti into a major media phenomenon. Newspapers played a crucial role in amplifying the Yeti's popularity. Driven by public interest, newspapers funded expeditions to the Himalayas. The goal of these expeditions was to locate and document the elusive Yeti. The unexplored nature of the Himalayas added to the creature's mystique and the allure of these expeditions. Scientists in the 1,950 seconds examined the Pangboch relics in a scientific laboratory. The examination focused on identifying the materials used in the relics. The scalp was determined to be made from serow skin. The hand relic was found to be constructed from human bone. Large footprints were observed in a snowy, high-altitude environment. Initial analysis suggested these were unusually large animal tracks. Further investigation revealed a potential cause for the enlarged size. The intense, high-altitude sun was causing the snow to melt. This melting process distorted the original shape and size of the tracks. Therefore, the enlarged footprints were likely animal tracks, altered by solar melting. Initial DNA analysis was conducted on hair samples in a genetic research lab in 2013. The initial analysis suggested a possible match to an ancient polar bear DNA. This finding hinted at the possibility of hybridization between species. However, the claim of a match to an ancient polar bear was later refuted. Charlotte Lindquist's study analyzed 9 purported Yeti specimens. The analysis involved genetic testing of these samples. Results indicated that all specimens matched DNA from known Himalayan animals. Specifically, the Yeti samples were identified as belonging to various bear species. Reported Yeti sightings are often attributed to misidentification of known animals. The Himalayan brown bear is a rare and elusive creature. This bear's appearance and behavior can lead to its misidentification. The Himalayan brown bear is sometimes mistaken for a mythical creature. Therefore, the Himalayan brown bear is a plausible explanation for the Yeti. The Yeti continues to exist as a cultural symbol in Nepal and Tibet. It is prominently featured in the tourism industry of the region. The Yeti's image is also used on beer labels, adding to its cultural presence. It frequently appears in popular culture, reinforcing its symbolic status. The Yeti represents the untamed spirit and mystique of the mountains. It embodies the wild and unexplored aspects of the Himalayan region